Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, A Life of Courage, Sacrifice, and Unfinished Destiny. Subhash Chandra Bose, popularly known as Netaji, stands as one of the most dynamic, courageous, and enigmatic leaders of India's freedom struggle. His life was marked by extraordinary intellectual brilliance, unyielding patriotism, revolutionary zeal, and an unrelenting determination to liberate India from British colonial rule. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Bose believed that freedom could not be begged for, it had to be seized. His journey from a brilliant child in colonial India to the Supreme Commander of the Indian National Army (INA) is one of inspiration, controversy, and mystery, culminating in his unexplained disappearance that continues to fascinate historians and citizens alike. Early life and childhood, 1897 to 1909. Subhash Chandra Bose was born on the 23rd of January, 1897 in Cuttack, then part of the Bengal Presidency under British India. He was the ninth child of Janakinath Bose, a successful lawyer, and Prabhavati Devi, a deeply spiritual and compassionate woman. The Bose household was a unique blend of modern education and traditional Indian values, where discipline, moral integrity, and a sense of duty were strongly emphasized. From early childhood, Subhash displayed an intense and reflective temperament. He was deeply influenced by stories from Indian epics such as the Ramayana and Mahabharata, which instilled in him ideals of heroism, sacrifice, and righteousness. His mother's spiritual inclinations left a lasting imprint on his inner life, nurturing a contemplative and ethical outlook that would later coexist with his revolutionary fervor. Subhash received his early education at Ravenshaw Collegiate School, where he excelled academically. However, even as a child, he showed signs of defiance against injustice. He was disturbed by racial discrimination practiced by British teachers and administrators, a reality that planted the seeds of rebellion in his young mind. Teenage years and the awakening of nationalism, 1909 to 1917. As a teenager, Subhash Chandra Bose's intellectual and moral development accelerated rapidly. He moved to Calcutta for higher studies and joined Presidency College, one of the most prestigious institutions in British India. It was during this period that Bose's nationalism became explicit and assertive. In 1916, he was expelled from Presidency College for participating in an attack on a British professor, E.F. Oaten, who had made derogatory remarks about Indians. Though controversial, this incident reflected Bose's intolerance for humiliation and colonial arrogance. Bose was deeply inspired by the teachings of Swami Vivekananda, whose message of strength, self-confidence, and service to humanity shaped Bose's philosophy. Vivekananda's words, "Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached," became a guiding mantra in Bose's life. He later joined Scottish Church College, where he completed his graduation in philosophy. By the end of his teenage years, Bose had already developed a firm conviction that India's freedom required bold action, sacrifice, and, if necessary, armed struggle. The ICS and the Call of the Nation, 1919 to 1921. In 1919, Bose traveled to England to prepare for the Indian Civil Service (ICS) examination, considered the most prestigious career path for Indians under British rule. His success was remarkable. He secured the fourth rank in the ICS examination in 1920. Yet, this triumph soon became a moral dilemma. Bose realized that serving the British administration would mean upholding the very system that enslaved his country. Inspired by the rising nationalist movement in India and leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, he made a historic decision. In April 1921, Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from the ICS, a bold and rare act that shocked British officials and Indian society alike. This decision marked his complete and irrevocable commitment to India's freedom struggle. Entry into the freedom movement and rise as a leader, 1921 to 1938. Upon returning to India, Bose joined the Indian National Congress and became a close associate of Chittaranjan Das, whom he regarded as his political mentor. Bose worked tirelessly as the CEO of the Calcutta Municipal Corporation, using the platform to promote nationalist causes. His revolutionary activities soon attracted British attention. Bose was arrested multiple times and spent years in prison, where harsh conditions severely affected his health. Despite suffering from tuberculosis and other ailments, his resolve remained unbroken. In 1938, Bose was elected president of the Indian National Congress at the Haripura session. He envisioned a strong, industrialized, socialist India and advocated for immediate and decisive action against British rule. His ideology, however, clashed with the Gandhian emphasis on non-violence and gradualism. Re-elected in 1939, Bose faced stiff opposition within the Congress leadership. Unable to reconcile differences, he resigned and later formed the Forward Bloc, aiming to consolidate left-wing and radical nationalist forces. Escape from India and the Path of Armed Struggle, 1941 to 1943. In 1941, under house arrest in Calcutta, Bose executed a daring escape disguised as a Pathan and travelled through Afghanistan to Germany. In Berlin, he sought Axis support for India's independence, establishing the Free India Centre and forming the Azad Hind Radio, which broadcasted messages of resistance to Indians worldwide. Realizing that Germany's focus on Europe limited its ability to support India directly, Bose shifted his efforts to East Asia. In 1943, he travelled by submarine to Japanese-controlled Southeast Asia, a perilous journey symbolizing his unwavering commitment. The Indian National Army and Azad Hind Government, 1943 to 1945. In Southeast Asia, Bose assumed leadership of the Indian National Army, INA, originally formed by Indian prisoners of war. Under his command, the INA grew into a disciplined and motivated force with the rallying cry, "Give me blood, and I shall give you freedom." Bose established the Provisional Government of Free India, Azad Hind Government, in 1943, which was recognized by several Axis powers. The INA fought alongside Japanese forces in campaigns in Imphal and Kohima. Though militarily unsuccessful, the INA's impact on Indian psychology was profound. The INA trials conducted by the British after the war ignited widespread nationalist sentiment, contributing significantly to the weakening of British authority in India. The controversial Disappearance, 1945 to present. On the 18th of August, 1945, it was officially announced that Subhash Chandra Bose died in a plane crash in Taihoku, now Taipei. According to reports, the Japanese aircraft carrying Bose crashed shortly after takeoff, and he succumbed to severe burns. However, this version has been widely disputed. Multiple inquiry commissions, including the Shah Nawaz Committee and the Mukherjee Commission, investigated the incident. While earlier reports accepted the crash theory, the Mukherjee Commission concluded that Bose did not die in the crash, though it could not determine his subsequent fate. Numerous theories emerged, including claims that Bose lived in secrecy as a monk known as Gumnami Baba in Uttar Pradesh, or that he was detained by the Soviet Union. The Indian government's declassification of files in recent years has added new dimensions but no definitive closure. Legacy and historical significance. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose remains a towering figure in India's freedom struggle. His life symbolizes courage, self-sacrifice, and uncompromising patriotism. While debates continue about his methods and alliances, there is universal agreement that his contribution accelerated India's march toward independence. Bose envisioned an India that was free, strong, socially just, and spiritually awakened. His legacy continues to inspire generations of Indians to stand up against injustice and serve the nation with courage and conviction. Conclusion. The life of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is not merely a historical narrative, it is a call to action. From a sensitive child in Cuttack to a revolutionary leader who challenged the world's greatest empire, Bose's journey reflects the power of unwavering belief in freedom. His mysterious disappearance adds an eternal question mark, ensuring that Netaji remains not just a figure of the past, but a living presence in India's national consciousness. Netaji lives on, not only in history books, but in the spirit of a nation that dares to dream of freedom.